That'll be perfect for our intake. Put a little screen inside of there, this in the top of the barrel. Here's my beautiful barrels. And I just went to the store and I got a flexi spout to connect the drain pipe to the top of the barrels. What else? I got a screen, very important to keep junk out of the inside of your barrel. Here's the tube that's going to connect them. And then the 90-degree elbow threaded so that it screws right into the hole on the blue barrel. So I'll have one here, and then the black tube in between. And then my faucet valve is going to come out of that hole right there, which is this pretty little brass one. So that'll go in there. Awesome. Alright, so I had to go back to the store, get this last important piece that I forgot. This here is going to attach this nice piece of copper flex tube that I found from the barrel to the spigot. So I can put the spigot out in the open where it's going to be easy to get at. So that's pretty exciting. This was a great find. Alright, here's what the bottom of the barrels are going to look like. Got my 90-degree PVC, and then the tube to another 90. And that's going to let the barrels fill evenly. As water goes into this one, it'll also go into this one. And then I've got my flex pipe system for the spigot, which is going to bolt on to the structure right around here, I think. And then when I'm ready to hook up the sink inside the pottery studio, I can just run a splitter off of this connection right here, make another tube out. Cool. Right, 20 1/2 inch. So now, on each end of the pipe, I'm going to sand it up real nice. I have to put it together using PVC glue so that it doesn't leak. And I hate to use glue like that, but it's about the only way if you're going to use PVC. So now, before I put everything together, I have to cut a hole in this barrel. It's going to fit this flex tube. And I need to do that before I put everything together so that I can get the shavings out from the cutout. Cool. And this hole doesn't need to be watertight, because the water is just going to be falling into it. So I'm just going to cut it to fit this, shove it right in there. The easiest way to do it is with a jigsaw. The first step to doing it with a jigsaw is to drill a hole so you can fit the blade in. Alright, now my handy old Porter cable, I'm going to do it. Ooh, it's oily. This used to be a vegetable oil barrel, which is nice because it was food grade and organic vegetable oil as well. then the hole. Pop. Easy stuff. Alright. So now is the moment of truth. I have to hope that all my attachments fit through these holes in the slats. And I gotta hope that I cut the top hole in the right place. So close. So I'm going to have to cut a couple of notches in the top of that to fit the plumbing through. So now and again we have to just do a quick redesign. This, I ran into a problem of there's a center support beam right here. It's going to be right in the way of my plumbing. I don't want to go buy extensions. And it's something I failed to think of, which can happen a lot when you're working without plans or design, just designing on the fly. So I'm going to cut it out, I'm going to build it down around and put a leg in the back for support. I think that's going to fix our problem the freeway. Alright, so here's my solution. Cut, cut, and a third leg supporting. Alright, looks like it's gonna work. So now, I have to get up under here and hitch these all together. We're almost ready to go. One last step. I'm going to attach this securely. If I can. We shall see. Alright, it's done. Now all I have to do is hook it up to the gutter. Whew. So there it is, all hitched up. Last thing that needs to happen is I need to put an overflow valve so that when the barrels fill all the way up, the water goes somewhere. And I'm just going to drill a hole, put a hose in there, run it down to the dog pool over here. That overflow valve needs to be in the second barrel, so you also have to have a place where air can escape as it fills so that you get your equal fill in both barrels. Alright, so here it is completed. I used the regular hose to fill it up with a little bit of water to see if it works. Had some bubbles coming out of that end, which is good. It means both barrels are filling. We've got no leaking happening, which is wonderful. No leaks. Now, the true test. Awesome. It works.